This is Comic Picks by the Glick.
Hey, and I'm your host, Jason Glick.
You're the all-knowledgeable host, Jason Glick. How are you doing?
Such as it is, yeah.
Yes, it is. So, what's going on, Jason Glick? What would possibly spring forth from your head tonight that, kind of like what was it? What was the god that sprouted, or demigod that sprouted from someone's head when Zeus hit him? Anyway, I forget.
Oh, that was Athena.
Athena, thank you. But you're not Athena, so therefore.
Nah.
So, what do you have for us tonight? What's going on?
Okay, I'm going back to the well of what is best described as not quite canceled Dark Horse manga titles.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like I said, it's a very specific well. But the thing is, Dark Horse, much as I love them and how they've published, lots of great stuff, great manga titles over the years. I mean, like, they're gonna have my eternal gratitude for introducing me to Blade of the Immortal. But it's like in this modern era, they are basically the only company that basically can't really commit to publishing an entire series regardless of its sales. Viz can do this because they've got Shonen Jump money. I was about to say slash Naruto money because it's like you get Naruto money. It's like you can pretty much do whatever the fuck you want.
Naruto money. It says everything, right?
Exactly.
After all, I hear that the anime they're producing, they've got a spin-off now that's in the either being is out there right now. Is that it?
Yeah, Rock Lee Adventures. Basically, when your series is so popular that you can do spin-offs like that, then it's like that pretty much does it all.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, but and Vertical, as I mentioned before on the site, that they actually incurred losses in order to complete publishing all of Twin Speak in English, and it's like those guys are like they're my heroes for doing that right there. Dark Horse, well, it's like Dark Horse really just can't really commit to either fully publishing or canceling series, as I've heard editor extraordinaire Carl Horn say in person that they've. A lot of their sales, whenever they publish a series, it basically has to pay for itself. So essentially, if the series sells well enough that if after it's been put on hiatus, like say, best example of this is Ghost Stalker's Daydream, which they published three volumes, and then they stopped for about a year and a half. Then they published 3 more, which those 3 volumes weren't quite as good as the first 3, and they also had the distinction of ending on a cliffhanger. So now we've got 2 Dark Horse manga that are currently on hiatus on a cliffhanger with that and the truly great Reiko the Zombie Shop. But as longtime readers, listeners will know, it's like my passion for these, my hobby horse for these titles is Eden, and like I said, as Dark Horse apparently is going to let a year go by without us getting a new volume, I'm looking to pick up the volume, like those Japanese volumes in English, at some point, and then either podcasting or just publishing a review of the entire series in whole once I've read it. However, because Eden is a finite work at 18 volumes. Now, what I'm talking about tonight though is the Kurosagi Corpse Delivery Service, and that, however, is an ongoing work both in America and in Japan. It comes, and I'm not, and as we've about a year and a half has gone by since the last volume, volume 11. It's much as I love this series, I can't really get too excited, too bent out of shape when so long goes about it because of its format, because it comes from writer Eiji Otsuka, who's kind of like a Japanese Warren Ellis in the way that he loves to look at read the news, look for interesting, weird tech or medical stories, or crime stories, and write his own thinly veiled take on them. It's like his 2 series of Dark Horse has published are a nice, interesting study in contrasts, in that MPD Psycho has a thick ongoing narrative with occasional diversion into side stories, while the Kurosagi Corpse Delivery Service is for the most part just like a bunch of self-contained stories with with an uber narrative lurking in the background. Now, while MPD Psycho has basically gone the way of latter-day X-Files, and its overarching conspiracy plot has just basically made me go, oh fuck all, I don't care if we ever find out what happens to it, because it just reads like he's making this shit up as he goes along. Kurosagi continues to entertain after 12 volumes, and this 12th volume, which has the distinction of being the title that has waited the longest I've ever had a title on order for Amazon, because originally supposed to come out back in June, but then it got delayed till July. I think, oh cool, I'll pick it up at Comic-Con. Then it got delayed till January. I was like, fuck. Then got delayed again till April when it reappeared in Dark Horse's solicitations. And so, well, we finally got volume 12. And, is it worth the wait? I'd like to think it is. See, this volume, it's like, it's not nothing any more distinctive or better than most volumes. It's like it's middle of the road as far as Kurosagi goes. But just the fact that it exists and its brand of supernatural weirdness is in my hands again. That's enough to give me the warm fuzzies all over. Because if you've never read this series, basically the premise is that it's about a group of unemployable students at a Buddhist college trying to make ends meet with the unique talents they possess. You've got Numata, who can use his dowsing skills to look for corpses. Yata, who can channel spirits, though the only one he really channels on a regular basis is the foul-mouthed alien Corellis, who exists as a Muppet on his hand. Makino, who's the group's embalming expert, which is notable for the fact that it's a taboo. It's kind of a taboo practice in Japan, though it's not without its uses. It's like out, and there's Sasaki, who's the group's quote unquote leader, although she's also her specialty is lying. It's like hacking and social engineering skills. And then there's the sensible protagonist of this series, as much as it has one as in its ensemble cast, and that is Karatsu. He is basically the key to this group's exercises. He is a spirit medium. He's host to a spirit that spirit known as Yaichi, who can speak to and in a lot of cases reanimate the dead as well. So what this group does though is as they've really got no future based on what they've been their poor their poor scholarship skills. They basically take jobs from the dead through Karatsu's skills at talking to them, and they get and they try to wrangle some sort of payment from them, from these corpses as a result. Now it's we've got this series has led them to all sorts of weirdness, such as a serial killer beauty masseuse, a mortuary service that also specializes in getting revenge for crimes committed against the dead. The chimp corpse of a what am I trying to say? The chimp corpse of a Soviet space expedition. Parasites that cause people to climb to the top of trees and then get birds to eat out their eyes. It's like World War II atrocities. A former movie star who was killed so that her beauty products could be her face could be licensed as plastic surgery for the general public. A swimmer who was turned into a nighttime zombie as part of a doping scheme. I mean, there's all sorts of weird ass shit in here, and that's why I love this. Even though it's in Otsuka, he's kind of he does grab a lot of this from the you know, like from current events. I mean, it still reads really well like thanks to his wit and plotting skills. I mean, like Ellis has proved this can work in just about anything, especially in it's like in his noir series for Image, Fell. But yeah, but Kurosagi, I mean, it's brand of mature, violent, macabre weirdness. I mean, it's a mix that you just don't find in most like in just about anything else in manga, and that's why I love it. And Volume 12 also throws a lot of new things into the mix, such as the crew going online to track down trying to track down a debtor gone missing. Another girl who works at them crossing paths with a girl who works at a hostess joint, but can also leave her body to track down new clients. It's like and and the creator of life-size realistic dolls who winds up embroiled in a scheme to replace make sure that in order for Korea to make sure that Kim Jong Il keeps making public appearances. It's like thanks to the man's incredible crafting skills.
Even though he's dead.
Funny thing is, this particular story was apparently the Dark Horse edition was being lettered just as it was revealed that Kim Jong Il had died.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, and it's and like I said, this what I just showed you there. I mean, that's kind of like middle of the road Kurosagi. But the reason I know this is because this series boasts what is hands down the best and most dedicated localization of any manga. I'd say running today. That's because it comes. This is clearly the baby of Carl Horn, formerly of Viz, who gave us great titles such as who worked on titles such as Banana Fish and one of my all-time favorites, Eagle, the Making of an Asian American President. He joined Dark Horse several years back, and he's been doing lots of titles since then, such as he's been overseeing their efforts to all their license rescues from their Clamp license rescues from Tokyo Pop, their Evangelion titles. But this is really the best medium for his talent. Now Horn subscribes to a school of thought in translation that you don't want to have a strict literal translation that just this word means this word and that word means that word. We're trying to replicate exactly how Japanese is going to sound in English, because just doing that's boring as shit. And while I appreciate a good invisible style translation, there are some that just do read dull more than anything else. Like Horn's, his obviously, I mean, you read this stuff and you can think that there's and you can obviously tell that he's taken some artistic license with stuff. But the thing is, his stuff is so great and so witty that you don't care. It's if all localizations were as good as his, then I wouldn't mind liberties taken to. It's in that regard. I mean, one of my favorite bits is the horror movie speak done by these two doomed teenagers in Volume 5 as they're exploring the village of Tumani, which was named by the fact that the village the killer went and killed too many people again. It's a horrible pun that he actually managed to make work in English. And then there's this one great bit later in that volume, because even though Volume 5 is also kind of middle of the road Kurosagi, it's probably one of Horn's best efforts. Has got some of the most amazing lines in there, especially this one point where their their quasi benefactor Sasayama, who may or may not be he probably is, but we haven't seen the exact proof of it yet. He may be the same Sasayama from Otsuka's MPD Psycho, but at one point when the group encounters a group of heads, preserved perfectly cryogenically, it's in a cave. It's they're wondering what the hell happened? It's what the hell happened? Is that the Gachapon killer that he couldn't rest until he had collected them all? And Sasayama at one point says oh God, how should I know about this, Karatsu? I wish I'd been cursed with these powers of fucking common sense. So I'm butchering it right here, but Horn's localization is truly one of the highlights of this series. And to be honest, I doubt I'd be talking to you about this series right now if it wasn't for his efforts in that regard. But that's only half the job because this man is, because like I said, this series is his baby, and it shows in the fact that this also boasts a glossary of not only sound effects but also of interesting cultural references and dissect and analysis of what's going on. It's like, you want to know about the what these stories are based on. Like, Horn has likely got your back. Like in this, in his really, really detailed notes for each volume. But he also writes them so well that they're not dry at all. They still boast the same great witty conversationalist tone. If you've ever heard him speak, which I have at AX and Fanime, then it's just kind of like having him here, like having his truly knowledgeable and gloriously nerdy voice in your hands, at the back of each volume. I mean, to be honest, as I was reading volume 12, I kept thinking oh, this is good, but I can't wait to see what he's got to say at the very back. And prove that the man's also a true gentleman. He opens his notes in at volume 12 open up by saying that thank you for waiting, and I apologize for all why this took so long. So true gentleman, and it's like I said, the series doesn't quite sell as fuck all as Eden, I think. And because apparently Dark Horse is working on trying to turn this thing into a movie, which, hey, if it works, hey, more power to them. To be honest, I'm sure this would make they could string together make a great movie out of by stringing together any number of random stories in here. Even though there are a few notable volume length stories in volume 2 and for the first 2/3 of volume 11 as well. But still, it's I'd love to see a movie, if only for the fact that I just hope it would get us another volume sooner, because Horn drops a lot of hints as to what's going to happen in volume 13, which apparently does look like it's going to re-engage the ongoing story of what's up with Karatsu's spirit companion Yaichi and the mysterious Kurosagi corpse cleaning service, who specialize in cleaning up crime scenes, and apparently have a group of people with their own supernatural skills who are likely opposed to the to our main characters here, but still, I'm looking forward to find out more about them in any case. But still, like I said, the series is very episodic. I would certainly recommend starting with volume 1. You probably want to start with volume 1 just to get a good handle on things, especially when you get to the bits about the Kurosagi corpse cleaning service, so that they make sense. But the best volume so far that I've read is actually volume 4, because it's got a great set of weird stories, and it also serves as the missing 13th chapter of artist Hosui Yamazaki's great series Mail. Now, Yamazaki, I mean, he's really adept in this series about drawing characters in a nice, realistic, believable style, but also giving them enough cartoonish expressiveness to make their looks all that all that more affecting and engaging, and then it can also draw gory vivisected corpses like no one else. But Mail, his series about it's about a guy with a spirit gun who can take out vengeful ghosts. That was one of the hands down scariest goddamn comics I have ever read. Period. And while it's odd in the sense that his work in Kurosagi doesn't really come off as scary here, his story from volume 4 is probably the creepiest one I've read from the series. And while it features their main, like the main character from there in one of the stories, it's like I said, it's cool because it's one of those crossovers you don't see that manga just doesn't engage in, as opposed to American superhero comics, where that's like kind of like the order of the day. Some series engage in perpetual crossovers with this, but because this is Yamazaki's series, and like he's working as an artist on this one, they're able to do the crossover. It's great, fantastic stuff. But the series overall, it's like even when it's like middle of the road, it's still more engaging and just flat out weird than a lot of other series out there. So it's 12 volumes. All of them come highly recommended. Go out and buy it right now so we can get volume 13, hopefully next year. But it's like we'll see how that goes. I'm hoping that I am hoping that we see Carl Horn again at Fanime this year, so I can so I can go up to him and ask him, "We're getting volume 13, right? Right?"
Absolutely. Well, we'll be hunting for him if he's there.
Yes,
All
indeed.
right. Okay, and with that, we'll wrap it up. And,
Yes, that's right.
We'll see you next time.
Yes, we will. Because in 2 weeks, that should be right in time for the event, to do the pre-Avengers podcast.
That's true. All right, then. We'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye.